Have you ever noticed that when you love deeply, you give, you care, you commit, and then, suddenly, you realize you're carrying the relationship alone? Maybe you've felt this before. You give, and give, and give, and when you finally look at yourself, there's barely anything left. Today, I want to show you how to love without losing yourself, how to care without bending, how to be with someone without disappearing. Breathe. Let's do this together. In this video, you'll discover why some people give too much in love, the emotional wound behind that pattern, how to set boundaries without becoming cold, how to keep love alive without pain or suffocation, and at the end, I'll share the most important exercise so you never abandon yourself for a relationship again. You were taught that loving means giving, but no one ever taught you how to receive. When you love too much, you're not really loving the other person. You're trying to make sure you won't be abandoned. You confuse love with proving your worth, with becoming necessary, with being hard to leave. But that's not love. That's fear of being left. Love is not disappearing. Love is not becoming a mirror. Love is not being the ground someone walks on. Love is walking together. And walking together means each person has their own feet, their own rhythm, their own ground. But you learn to walk behind, to match the other person's pace, to carry the weight when they get tired, to light the way when they can't see. And in all of that, you forget to ask where you want to go. Deep down, you don't believe your path matters as much as theirs. You believe that to be loved, you must be useful, indispensable, proving every single day that you're worth keeping. And that exhausts you, because you never relax, never rest, never simply are. You're always doing, always caring, always trying. And the love that was supposed to nourish you starts draining you, because you're not being loved, you're being used. Not necessarily out of malice, but because you offered yourself that way. You taught the other person how to treat you. It probably started with small things. You canceled plans to be available. You swallowed your feelings to avoid conflict. You said, "It's fine," when it wasn't. And they believed you, because you gave them no reason not to. Over time, this became the pattern. You became the one who always gives in, who always understands, who's always there, no matter what. And it looked like love. It felt like commitment. It seemed like devotion. But it wasn't. It was erasure. Because at no point did you stop to ask, "And me? Where am I in all of this?" And the answer, most of the time, is painful. You're not there. You disappeared. You became a function, an extension, support, foundation, everything, except yourself. And the hardest part is this. Once you realize it, you don't know how to come back. Because coming back means disappointing someone, changing the rules mid-game, saying, "I can't be this for you anymore," and fearing that without that, you'll be nothing to them. So you keep going, giving, carrying, disappearing, until one day you look in the mirror and don't recognize who's there. You see someone tired, empty, someone who gives everything, and has so little left. And then the question comes, the one you don't want to ask, but can't avoid anymore. Is this love, or is it just fear of being alone? And if the answer is the second, something needs to change. Now, you need to unlearn this. But why did you learn to love this way? The answer lives in your story. If, early in life, you had to adapt, be strong, be the emotional adult in the room, be responsible for everyone else, then you learned that love only exists when you earn it. You didn't receive love as presents, you received love as condition. So in adulthood, you don't just love, you offer yourself. You don't just enter relationships. You give yourself entirely to make sure you won't be left. And that drains you. You slowly come apart. Until one day you look in the mirror and think, I love, but I don't know who I am anymore. Think about it. When was the last time someone asked, what do you need? And you actually knew the answer? When was the last time you put your needs first without feeling guilty? When was the last time you said no to someone you love and felt at peace with it? If those questions feel uncomfortable, it's because you've been giving too much for a very long time. And you didn't even notice. Because it became automatic, normal, part of who you are. You think that's what love is, bending, shrinking, adapting. But it isn't. That pattern goes way back to when you realized that if you didn't take care of others, no one would be okay. And if no one was okay, you wouldn't be loved. So you became the caretaker, the stabilizer, the one who holds everything together. And it worked for a while. You were valued for it, loved for it. But the cost was high. The cost was you. Now, even as an adult, you don't know how to love any other way. You only know how to give yourself away. And each time you do, a part of you disappears. Until one day, you look inside and find nothing left, just emptiness, exhaustion, and a question you can't avoid anymore. Who am I when I'm not being what someone else needs? That question hurts, because the answer is often, I don't know. You spent so long being needed that you forgot who you are when no one needs anything. You don't know what you like, what you want, what makes you happy. You only know how to respond, how to care, how to be available. That's not love, that's survival. Emotional survival from a pattern you learned long ago, and one that's now consuming you from the inside. But here's the good news. You can change this. Not quickly, not easily, but truly. Because the first step to changing a pattern is recognizing that it exists. And you just did. Now that you understand the origin, let's rebuild the path. A boundary is not a wall. A boundary is an edge. Edges allow connection. Without edges, you dissolve. To love without losing yourself, practice these 3 essentials. 1. Say, I need. You're not just the one who gives. You're also the one who feels, who has needs, desires, limits, and they matter just as much. Say it out loud, without apologizing. I need time alone. I need you to listen. I need to be cared for too. At first, it will feel wrong, selfish, uncomfortable, but it's not. It's necessary. A relationship where only one person has needs is not a relationship. It's endless giving. You are not charity. You are a whole person. When you say, I need, you're saying something radical. I exist. I matter. And yes, that can feel scary. Because you learned early on that your needs were inconvenient, but asking is human. Expressing needs is honest. Taking up space is wholeness. Healthy relationships require this. 2. Don't respond from impulse. Respond when your body is calm. Love born from anxiety is not love, it's fear. When you respond impulsively, you're responding from fear. Fear of losing, fear of disappointing, fear of being left. And decisions made from fear always erase you. So pause, breathe, feel your body, then respond. Because when you respond from calm, you respond from you, not from survival. You're allowed to say, I need time to think. I'll get back to you. That pause changes everything. 3. Keep spaces that are yours. A life outside the relationship protects what exists within it. You need things that are just yours, friends, interests, time. Because when your entire life revolves around one person, you disappear. And without two whole people, love fades. Think of yourself as a tree. Each branch is part of your life. When you cut every branch except one, the tree becomes fragile. You don't lose love by having a full life. You protect it. And now, the exercise that changes everything. Whenever you notice yourself giving too much. 1. Stop. Literally stop. 2. Place your hand on your chest. Feel your heart. It beats for you. 3. Ask, am I choosing this? Or am I trying not to be abandoned? Listen to your body. If the answer is fear, breathe and say internally, I don't abandon myself. Repeat until your body believes it. Because you can't ask someone to stay if you're leaving yourself. This is how you come back, slowly, gently, for real. And one day you'll realize you can love without disappearing. You weren't born to be half. You don't need to shrink to belong. When you choose yourself, love stops being desperation and becomes encounter. Two whole people, walking side by side. That's what love was always meant to be. Comment. I choose to keep my edges. Breathe. You're coming back to yourself.